Hello, this is Felix Ludozan, the author of the Lanzaventura Code. Today I am presenting the English version of my book, which is available on Amazon as Kindle, as hardcover, and of course as a paperback. As you figured out, I'm not a native English speaker, so it will be fun because I will read a few lines from the first chapter today. But no worries, the translation has been edited by the wonderful mystery thriller author Mary Ann Unger from Henderson in Nevada. I learned it's called Nevada and not Nevada. I hope I'm right. So let's have a look at the first chapter, and I'll just read a few lines for you so you get an idea how the book starts. The first chapter is called Departure, the White Exit. Frankfurt, January 6th. The snow in Frankfurt was not the beautiful kind. It was slushy, gray, and lay across the runways like a heavy shroud. While the city struggled to find its rhythm after the holidays, I stood at the gate. One man, two suitcases, one flight ticket to silence. Why alone? They had asked. Their voices carried a mixture of concern and a faint trace of suspicion. What about your wife? Are you having trouble? I smiled the questions away. How do you explain to people who organize their lives via Outlook calendars that the greatest danger isn't loneliness, but the constant noise of everyone else? My children had flown the nest. My wife understood what I needed. This wasn't a flight away from my family. It was a movement toward myself. Won't you get bored? Was the second standard question. I hope so, I usually replied. They stared at me as if I had just intentionally sabotaged an IT system. However, that was exactly the plan. I wanted to provoke boredom. I wanted my mind, which for 30 years had been whipped at full throttle between IBM, BSF, and international sporting arenas, to capitulate due to a sheer lack of stimuli. The purge. Looking out the window of the Airbus, I watched the wings being de-iced. This is a chemical process to shed ballast so that flight is possible. That was exactly my journey, a mental and physical purging. 30 years of stakeholder management, strategy meetings, and the mental toughness of elite sports had left behind residues. Adrenaline traces had settled like limescale in my vessels. As the wheels left the snowy runway of Frankfurt, I felt the first millimeter of freedom. 3,100 kilometers further south, a 5-star bunker on Fuerteventura was waiting for me. All-inclusive. No decisions. No, I hope this email finds you well. I closed my eyes. The Fuerteventura effect had already begun, even before I felt the first trade wind. Yeah, that's it. And the next time I will read from the Spanish version. Hasta la próxima.